Welcome back. Market Mastery, the 1 hour you need in the market to make sense of what feels impossible. We had an unbelievable week today. This is the SPY right here. Already starting off strong today, push 691 to 696. We already had these ranges mapped out. If you've been following this stream, then you already knew the SPY trades very well over 691, back up to 694. And above 694, trades even better to 695. Because of that, we were prepared. We had our options all lined up and absolutely crushed it. So I want to go back and look at where we've come from beginning of January. January 2nd, trading down 681 and change, not going well. Honestly, thought the market was going to break down. We traded the downside, crushed it, traded the potential upside, came back up, now broke above 687. That is critical. Looking forward, this is going to be the key pivot level that I'm going to be focused on to determine if the SPY is going to continue to move in the direction it is, or if it's time for a little bit of a correction to the downside. This dotted red line being the exact trend line I'm following. If you do not follow the Penny Boys Trading View account, I post these charts for free. You don't have to know how to chart. You can just go follow us there. So again, we are going to send the SPY Playmaker exact options contracts, exact levels, and exact take profit levels on these trades. We're going to be sending those out to everyone that's in the Discord, as well as those that are subscribed to SPY Playmaker. So if you do not have those, you need to get them. They've hit for almost, I think it's almost an entire year in a row now, week after week, constantly exploding. Let me get this shared out. I love it. If you can retweet it, I'd appreciate you greatly. Okay, thank you for your patience. Put this on here. Okay. All right. All right, thank you. How do you get this reposted? All right, so if you did not get access to these trades, get access right now. You can scan the QR code in the top right corner or click the link that's right below me or type it in. Sorry, more so. Again, these trades have hit almost 52 weeks in a row. This range is very clean, and I see two very clear trades materializing now that are going to yield a significant profit. One being the breakout trade to the upside, which we're talking about new highs again. So options premiums explode when you hit new highs. We're talking that trade. And then the downside trade counter to this, if it does not play, it is not going to stay still. So because of that, we are set up for success. I think both trades could yield a 40, 50% return. If you do not have access to these, it's like a couple bucks. Just try it. You don't need to know how to trade options. You don't need to know how to use complex financial instruments. You need to know how to follow, read, and then execute the directions as you see them. So let's go right now onto this SPY chart. Pull this up, make it big. Better view here. I don't like this one. No. Back to the circle. It's some good stuff. Make it. Bam. All right. Okay. All right. Let me get a static black background. Okay. All right, let's go through the market because this has been an intense week. And I think that right now it's just take a step back and get a quick evaluation kind of where everything's gone so that we can talk about where things are likely headed. Tesla being case in point, right? Like this one we've crushed. we've held this from our entry at 175, and then we got it here 180s, and we got it here 130s. This has been a great trade. Tesla has paid handsomely. And keep in mind, I'm going to leave the SPY Playmaker stuff up for another 2 minutes, and then we're taking it down 410. So if you did not scan that code in the top right corner to get those SPY options trades sent right to your inbox or right to you on Discord, scan it, get in there, get them now. Quit messing around. Okay. So again, Tesla trading exactly as we expected it to. Again, our target was 480. It had already been hit. Now we're waiting to see how it plays this range and draws to new highs, with our inevitable target being about 650, give or take, that point of confluence. So this is an easy, just hold, wait, and watch type trade. Our entry cannot be beat. It's $150 average. We're up 200% plus. I don't think there's anything to worry about. So I'm just holding, continuing as is. If Tesla breaks below 400, that could be different. I might shrink the position a bit, manage it a little bit more that way. And now let's move on to something a little more fun. The next trade, which we absolutely crushed today. I just wanted to call this one out because this was an absolute banger we jumped on, and a clear benefit of, like, this is why you joined the Discord. So basically, we jumped on this train. John Zadar was talking about this one 10 a.m. So when it was trading about $1, it went to 376. I then came in and I did my call out at about $1.40, $1.35. That's right here. It then blew up. I sold all the way up. We scaled it out as it ran. It was just an exceptional trade. I'm swinging a very small portion of that position overnight, very small, because this could go back to 70 cents like it's nothing. So again, this trade exploded. We crushed it. We got it at $1, and then we got it again at $1.35, $1.40. So minimum return on this was 200%, pretty much. So I clipped mine along the way. I mean, this is what the point is, guys. If anybody, raise your hand if you've put $3,000 into one trade before. Just raise your hand if you've ever had $3,000 invested in one thing at a certain point in time. I mean, if you own a high-end computer, in essence, you've invested in that. If your car was $5,000, you spent it. Imagine you put $3,000 into one trade and it gave you $3,000 in 2 hours. I didn't risk my house. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. We're just risking. To me, again, it's all relative. If I lost $3,000, that would have been like destroyed me years ago. Right now, it's nothing. It's a fixed risk, cost of playing the game, cost of doing business. So when we look at trades like this, small caps especially, that's why it's glorious, risk reward, because the trade hits or it doesn't. So for example, when we got in this one, $1.35, right, $1.40, stop loss is easy, below $1.30. I even put that in there. I mean, shit. I think that's what our exact stop loss was. Goal is to make this excessively easy. Yeah, we came in, we put our entry, we're buying $1.39, stop below $1.29. Targets were $1.52 and $1.60. Obviously, they've been crushed. Paul, that's my guy. Congrats, man. Kev, I'm sorry, dude. That sucks. How much you make, Paul? How much you make, Paul? What you making, Paul? How much money you making, Paul? Come on. Come on with it, Paul. I want to know. I'm curious because I think you're crushing it. I feel like you got a big account. I don't know why. There's not a lot of Pauls. Pauls that do quite well. I'm betting that you're one of those Pauls, my friend. Okay. So again, these small caps are phenomenal. Again, if you got this in the Discord with us at $1 or $1.39, both entries, it's up 200% on your own. Good luck. Yeah, I know Paul's the man. I see him in there. I see him out there. I see him living out there. I love seeing it, dude. When people just take advantage of what's offered. I mean, that's the whole thing of what joining the Discord does, right? It makes trading less. It reduces friction in trading. Everyone wants to make money. No one wants less money. Anyone that's watching this stream, at least, none of us are going to say, "Hey, no, I don't want that free $100,000." No one's going to say that. So the question is, how do we get it? I think you could start with $1,000, and I think you can have that $100,000 in just a few years. Personally, I've seen it happen. I've watched it happen with the students we've taught, but I've watched it happen with my own account before. So again, My one big account's at like 360 grand now. It was $9,000, and I've taken out like 200. So that was not even 5 years ago that I started that account with that amount. So again, if you have $3,000, I doubled my money. I doubled my $3,000 today on this one. Again, if that was all I had, I wouldn't have put that all in. But again, what if I would have put 10% in, $300? I would have doubled that. I would have basically had a 10% day on the entire account, only risking 10% of the portfolio. That's insane, guys. Way I love seeing that. I mean, so that's the thing is start there. I was putting in $3,000 each. I keep losing. First, reduce that quickly, very quickly reduce that. That's what I do. I reduce that down to 300. Now I look at is the strategy working? It's not just the amount, right? It's a number of things, but you remove one variable, you add another. So I always start with the amounts so that the risk is the first thing I take off the table. I'm betting less each time. Because clearly when I used to, throw $5,000 in an options trade, I would almost always lose because something happened in my brain relative to that amount of money. So for everyone here, I would suggest definitely taking a look at the position size and reducing it significantly before, anything else is really tampered with. Brian Moreau turned 500 into 5. See, exactly. Dude, it's $500 into $5,000. $5,000 you can buy a car. I mean, it's not buy as much as you used to. That's a lot of money, man. That could change the quality of your life for a third of a year, right? That could be the family vacation with your kids they've never got. It could be any of those things. $5,000 is what it is to you. So, Pookie, you were on that. Oh man. Yeah, I bet he was on it pre-market. So you're probably, I don't even know when you're going on. Oh, John said I seen an account. Yeah, so no, hey, so just so you guys know, whenever you see anybody saying, hey, we're doing an account challenge, follow the challenge. You'll see that 90% of people actually can't, they just disappear. The challenge just ends somehow. And then nobody says anything about it. Why? Because they blew it up. They blew up the account. If you blow up, if you're like, seriously, if you're blowing up $1,000 trading account and you're trying to get people to pay you to share your research and your strategies, really makes one think. I've blown up trades, but never an account. I can tell you that with pride. Never destroyed an account. I've destroyed trades for sure. Never an account. And yeah, exactly. Pookie will show you his spreadsheet. So just be careful you trust, man. I mean, trust is in the results, right? If you could do it for yourself, then clearly you can show others how to do it or help them just do it, right? Share with them the trades, copy trade, boom, done. So way I love that. It is absolutely possible. So again, like I said, for those who've been here a while, you've watched me through some dark times where I made some really bad decisions, really bad trades. I lost truly life-changing amounts of money, $50,000, 70, you know what I'm saying? It's happened. Again, didn't destroy the account, but it wasn't fun. It wasn't pleasant. But it was the best thing that could have ever happened because through that, I became the trader I am now, which is like I've made the most money I've ever made now. And it's the least effort. Like the trading that I do now fits my life perfectly. So it's great. Like the EVTV, it popped today. It is what it is. Popped in, made $3,000, popped out, done. Made sure I posted it in the Discord so all the boys, all the girls jump in. Everybody gets a taste. Everybody makes a little money. Everybody has a little fun. That's all it has to be. I don't know if it's Machiavelli or Marcus Aurelius, one of those two guys always talked about how, like, when the rules to the game change, you have to accept you're playing a different game. And I think that's the difficulty for most people is accepting that the elite have rigged the stock market to screw you. That's literally some of why it exists. So, okay, what do I do with that? Play the same game they are instead of trying to play the one that they're not willing to because they're going to cheat and destroy and pillage. So I'm not saying do those things, but for instance, I know those institutions aren't typically behind these small caps, right? So it means it's more of a free market. So if something's running, it's more likely to subscribe to technical basis or kind of a narrative-driven story because there's no one with $100 million to lose manipulating it. Not saying it's all small caps, but I'm saying it's not the same as it is in the institutional money business. So remember that. It doesn't mean you can't make money trading. It just means you shouldn't play pretend and fight them. You don't have to fight them at all. you can catch these little pockets like this trade right here where no one was even paying attention. The market makers don't care about this. There's only a few $1 million going through here. That's nothing to them. To us, that's a lot. To them, it's nothing. It's all about perspective. So we find the best trades in the corners of the market that we can crush outsized returns. And you guys are seeing this now. Like, obviously, we didn't go super public about this when it was down here because that's like the point. You join the Discord, you're a member, you get the access. It's like Costco. I can't just walk into Costco and pay Costco prices. I got to pay the fucking membership. So same way. Yeah, if you want the good shit, come on in because that's all I'm going to tell you. Today we could have made you $3,000. That's all I know. That's all I know. So this was a fun one. Small caps are great if done right. Keep that in mind. If you are lost or you're scared of small caps or trading, again, join the Discord. The link's at the bottom. Let's go to the WAP page. It's free. Get a free trial. Do whatever you're going to do. You can join the Discord for free. You don't need to pay anything to participate. So get in there, check it out, start with the lessons, get yourself acquainted so that you know what you're doing and you're not doing too much danger. Because you got to cross that threshold, right? The bell curve. If you stop here, you are more dangerous than had you never learned anything at all. Right? You do not want to learn enough to be dangerous. All right, let's move on with it. Palantir, because there has been some massive selling the last couple of days. And I think this is worth taking a closer look at because these big red days, I'm not going to lie, they spooked me quite a bit, especially the rejection off of 200 with that volume. Like, I understand there are people that got into this at probably like 8 cents a share with warrants and all the other shit, but come on. We did talk about the position trade from 150 to 171. That hit, obviously, from here. Bang, boom, done. Let's get to a closer view. Looks like pre-market started coming back. So trading in this channel. So for Palantir, I'll just be very mindful. I'm watching this 171 level. If the 171 level can't hold, then I might actually trim some of this position because I have too much. It's too big. Too many shares. So I think right now this thing either goes boom to the upside or boom to the downside. I think it's like honestly, it's like 150 or 210. Those are kind of the two options I see here, depending on which direction it tries to go. So again, I will update this one as the Discord. This is a long-term hold. If you are not in the Discord, just so you know, we got in this at about, where is it? Way back here. There we go. So we got in this. We did this call at $7. So we called Palantir at 7. It went to 200. So what are you going to do? I don't really care what happens. I'm up so much, it doesn't even matter at this point. So if you don't feel that way about Palantir, join us. I'd love for you to feel that way about Palantir. So it's a great feeling to have when your average is so low, you don't care. So NVIDIA, similar concept, but this chart looks even worse to me. I think that I'm getting a little nervous about this rejection at 200 for both of them. And I'm wondering if we're at a certain point where they're almost cannibalizing each other to a degree because you're not seeing share price growth or appreciation on either business, even though they're growing over the last like 2-3 months. So I'm just a little nervous that the consolidation could turn into a little bit of pain and capitulation in the short term and then basically put us back a year, which would suck. Because if this comes down to like 130, it's going to take probably half a year to get back to 190. So just add 6 months to a year to our timeline of waiting, which is no good. So at that point, I don't know. I mean, I will keep a core of this position forever. I don't see a world in which I sell all of it. However, I feel that pause in me that, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say it, that there's something about NVIDIA that doesn't feel right. I don't quite know, but it just feels like the chart is giving all it's going to give for a while, and that money would be way better deployed elsewhere. And I could see them completely attacking this thing just to try and get the bids down from a more long-term macroeconomic perspective, more politically leaning. That's kind of what's going on. because right now these are all at the intersection of a very interesting place. So, how much does everyone here type a one if you understand currency debasement and just kind of generally what's happening with the dollar? Type a two if you have no idea about that stuff and you'd like to maybe learn more, but it's if it confuses you. So, one, if you understand how economics work and what is occurring on a global scale as far as the US dollar being debased. One, if you understand that. Two, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, but you're interested because you want to know what's going to happen with the US dollar. I just don't, if no one's at first on it, it might require too much context. All right, fuck it. So I'll just do a quick little bridge. So effectively, here's what I think is happening. Look at Venezuela, look at Greenland, look at what's happening politically, right? It's political capital being exercised to gain resource, but why? Right? Now there's a million reasons why we need more oil, I guess, but more importantly so, I think it's a show pony. It's pomp and circumstance as much as it is power display. Where currency is going, I think, is it's not following that, it's ahead of it. Like that's a byproduct of whatever they're doing in the currency space. So basically, say goodbye to the US dollar. It's going to be devalued down to nothing. So basically, they'll not talk about inflation or any of those things. Just the cost of goods will dramatically continue to rise, AKA your purchasing power diminishes because the dollar's worth nothing. So then you ask the question like, well, what the hell? Like it's not big because it's not Bitcoin. It never will be. Bitcoin will always be a fantastic investment, in my opinion, because it's already hit the market and it hasn't even reached mass adoption. So by default, it should just continue to go up if the everything I've learned about it is correct from a technical standpoint. What they will do is basically use the crypto network to debase the debt, to do that, basically do flipsies. We're going to use stable coins and all those other things to basically diffuse the debt that the United States has taken on, an unpayable debt, and then diffusing that cost amongst the globe, including us, unfortunately, which that's where it's bullshit because we've already paid for it in the taxes, right? So basically, it, in my opinion, will be a U.S. hosted stablecoin network. They will try to push everyone over to it, let the dollar just piss into the wind. So think of it this way. If the United States owes a country $1 billion US, contractually, it's $1 billion US. Let's say a loaf of bread in 10 years costs $1 billion US dollars, right? Think of Germany, hyperinflation, all these other countries experience this, where the dollar became so valueless that nobody wanted them. They're burning it in the street. If you have a debt out in the world and that debt is owed to a foreign nation on a contractual basis in US dollars, you can now basically move all your store of value, all your actual like wealth and power, everything into this crypto network they're going to develop, right? Or are developing or have. And effectively just let the dollar dwindle to nothing, thus eliminating. I mean, it's brilliance, but it's dirty and dark. It's just it's brilliant, but it's like, it is an unfixable problem. But I don't know, man. That spooks me a little bit because when you piss off literally everyone, you don't have any friends. And the only reason the United States has gotten this far is because they've done a good job either retaining the power or making enough friends. So if you eliminate all the friends, it's spooky. It's a little bit spooky. But here we are. Which stocks? So, John, I was saying, like, in I don't know if you're in the premium research section, but that's where we're posting the daily trades. We're breaking down the strategy. You got a coach. He's walking you through the strategy, walking you through the specific trades, explaining how they fit within the strategy so that you're executing them appropriately, and then circling back at the end of the week to see how do we do. So if you don't have a coach, definitely go in there and get a coach. It's like $40, and it's like a ridiculous. We made it. The point was no one should be able to say I can't afford it. That was kind of the whole idea. I come from the nonprofit world, so a little part of me is broken inside when it comes to profitability. It's It's a whatever. But yeah, moving on from NVIDIA because no one cares anymore. And looking at, actually, let's go. We could do, because I get what you're asking. Let's just go into, let's get a little, let me get my screener up and we'll kind of talk about that. Oh, hold on. Nokia. What's up? I am so pissed I don't have those shares. It did come back. God damn it. It always comes back. Nokia always comes back. And I sold those shares for a loss. I would have been up 50%. That's what you get. Took too long. But this chart is quite interesting, actually, here. I think this is worth taking a cleaner look at. Because I know this is, I have to talk to Benjamin about this. I feel like this one is ripe for the wheel because it trades so well in ranges. No, it was a long hold. I mean, I was looking for the dividend. I was going to sell passive options, but when it was sitting down here at 350, I just couldn't bear the possibility of it going down to 250. So I just closed it. God, my allergies are terrible. Oh, get a little friend. Get a little Afrin. That'll get you going just right. Just right now. Okay. Well, let's pass on Nokia because that chart's a bit nuts. Let me see. That definitely looks bullish, though. I like that chart. It's not bad. All right, let me pull this up. Okay. Oh, and as always, get them ready. We do smash or pass. You drop the ticker in the chat. We cover the chart. Just feel free to start posting them now. I'll ask, just put one ticker per comment. Comment as many times as you like. Just put one per comment so we can pull it up on the screen. While I'm looking at the screener here. Ooh. Okay. Let's look at this one. This is interesting. I got to look at what this company does, though. Primo Brands. This is a very interesting place to be. Now let me find out what these guys do. Water delivery. Oh, they have Poland Springs, Saratoga, Ice Mountain. Smart. They basically own water. That's interesting. I think there's a water trade there. That's really interesting. All right, let me feed this into my little AI deal, see what it thinks, and have put together some Oh. Oh my God, look at that. Are you kidding me? Since 1999. That's ridiculous. And I bet these guys get, 1974. Damn. Damn, that's been around a long time. Wow, they own municipal systems. That's fascinating. Oh, we gonna get us a water trade. This I know. I was sniffing around this a year ago and I just stopped, but I'm telling you there's a water trade. I can feel it. I can feel it right now. Coursing through my body. Oh God, there's no upside in these. It sucks. How big is this company? American Water. Oh, this one I don't mind. I think this is going to make us a lot of money. This whole water idea, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I can feel it. Feel it in my bones. Let me look at earnings predictions. God, NASDAQ's website is so bad. All right, so they are expecting some earnings stagnation and then growth. So this, I still want to miss it, but this might slow down for a while. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put 50 grand in this water trade. I have to. This is just, it just feels too sexy to pass. So basically, what I'm gonna do is break this down. We'll have to put like, I'm gonna put like half. Yeah, put half in the municipality the toll booths, right? Like the companies that are processing the water and sending it and shit like that, that are going to replace all the pipes that are going to have to do. That's government money, just so you know. And we're about to hit that cycle where they're going to start upgrade. Oh my God, this is fucking genius! I'm so satisfied right now. I'm so glad you guys get to experience this too. And this trade might take a number of years to materialize, but when it will be a fantastic trade. So yeah, I need to figure out how to get that allocation going. So I'm gonna break down the full portfolio because it's gonna be like 6 names. It's not just gonna be one. It's gonna be a blend of 6 names. Like I'm only doing a fractional percentage of this one. This is only gonna represent like 7%, 6% of the total. The other 5 names, give or take, will account for about 90%. So if you're in the Discord, I'll be breaking this down. If you're not, then you'll hear about it after it's up 800%, I guess. Fortunately. Oh God, this is all I want to think about right now. So I know I'm onto something. My interest has been piqued. There's something magical here. Nah, I can't wait. All right, let's get in there and smash or pass. So you got a ticker, put it in the chat. We'll take a look, pull it up on the chart, and go from there. Feel free to post as many as you like. Just post one per. Oh, this is crazy. So why is this just getting slaughtered? I don't know any of this. Zero. Oh, my dad does. Oh, that sucks. He's screwed. Are they just realizing that like the advertising placement business is like stupid? Although I do see them being an acquisition target by other. Shit, this is getting interesting. I just feel like you might see the low 20s. Why did this get crushed? It's just not looking. This is looking like it's getting like, hey, yeah, it was kind of bullshit. And then everyone realizes it. Oh, but they control the ecosystem. So once AI's jammed in there, it's kind of done. Yeah, this might be a good find. I feel like this is an embarrassment clause trade. Like you can't not because if it hits right, it's going to go back to 100, right? So you can't not be in it somehow. It's just is now the time. I don't know. That's where I'm a little uncertain. Let's try to find some. Okay, that's not good. Below. Space, I just want to see this hold. This or this 38.44. I like that for a kind of pivot to watch. So above there and a confirmation, this could get very interesting. So I'm gonna say actually this is getting a tentative smash. I'm quite interested. OSS. Whoa, boy! Look at that, man. Congratulations if you got this one. Be careful now. So this one's up. This is running. I mean, it absolutely can keep going, but also it's up a lot. So always remember that when you get these big runners like this, you want to always cash something. That's what I do, at least. I would say above 950. This is really interesting to 14. So I'm not going to trade it, but if you're in it, that's like how I'd trade it. I would just set my stop below 960 and I would just let it ride to 14. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. SKYT. Skite. Oh, Skywater. I like this one, Skywater. Like, let's see. Porter, what was that water company I looked at? That was like, we looked at it a while back. My computer is going slow. What the hell? Can you see me or not? It's just lagging. What the hell, man? Oh, the Finviz site crashed. That's so annoying. Why do these people have such terrible websites, man? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Would have been nice to have this at 18 and then exploded in 2022. Somebody knew something. Oh. Should we bet more on water failing, like the system of water being a failure? I feel like that's more of the guarantee is that we've poisoned the well. We can't clean it. So, like, let's just bet on everyone who's going to get paid a egregious amount of money to clean it or provide fresh water that hasn't been tainted. That might be it. That might be it. We need to find the smallest publicly traded ones. That's what we do. That is the ticket. I feel like that's the way. That is the way. Let me look at what else is on there. Not seeing much that I like. Oh. Yeah, I don't want to get involved in biotech. No good. Oh. You know, what popped on the screener is for those of you that know our good friend Lou Bass, and he's his beat, Heartbeam. Man, full. He's on the board and stuff. So full disclosure, he's on the board of that company. Blah blah blah. I'm not. I have nothing to do with it. But never know. All right. Wow. Okay. This is really interesting. So basically, we just gotta position right for 2027 because that's when all these regulations are hitting and the compliance measures have to be in place. So basically, they've been spending money the last couple of years putting them in place. Let me pull that one up. Solar Edge. Ooh, ooh. I mean, solar's gotten beaten to shit, and it shouldn't be because what is solar, right? It's just energy, but it's plus storage. But the cost to store it, I think, is lesser than probably what they pay for the oil business. But also, those batteries are incredibly useful to a lot of people because it's mobile power. Oil isn't really mobile power in that same sense. It power that provides mobility, but batteries are mobile power that also provide mobility. So I think once we crack the battery stuff a bit harder, I think it's going to all go that direction. So looking at ones like this are genius because they either get bought for the tech or they get bought for the storage capacity, like literally just to store the energy. So John, this might be a good one that you found there, my friend. I'm not gonna actually love the chart. I mean, it's a little dicey. It's a little dicey here, but the daily looks quite fantastic. Look at that as a stop under 28. Either way, I feel like I gotta buy some, you know. What's the market cap on this? $2 billion. Okay. Decent size. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Of course, man. I appreciate you guys being here. Oh, there's a fun one. These guys are interesting. I know a lot of them, and I can't believe that this fell apart because it was crushing. Where's the weekly? Because remember, we went to like 6, and then we went from what, $1.58 to 2 something. I think it was even higher if you look at after hours and stuff. Yeah, this thing ran to like $4 a few times. So let's look at where it's at now and see if there's a trade here. It's one of my favorite clients because they're great. There's this platform technology, which is like something I love in biotech more than just like working on an individual vaccine or something like that. They use platform technology, meaning their technology works. They can license it and apply it to like a number of biotechs, which means they're also software. But this looks like it could be a double bottom setup here, $1.40. So I would trade it safe. I mean, I would, hard stop below 110 at the very least. But I would say I look at this more as position. I would try to get into $1.30, set a tight stop, and then I would keep it moving. PKE. Tammy, did you hear my rant about water and that whole thing? Maybe you can help me with that. Wow, this is crushing. Nice. You might have room to 31. I would take this as a breakout over $24. Aim for 30. That could be a banger. I'd smash that all day. Again, just over this high. So 24.50. Boom. Breaks done. Stop will be at like 24 or something on the momentum trade. This should go to 28.29. Pretty cool. And also see fly. I don't know which one is this, the private jet one. Oh, this could be it. Ooh. Ooh. Is this the bottom, though? That's always a question. We need to start building the water trade for 2027, 28 when the compliance stuff hits. Oh my God, this is glorious. Over 33, and it'll just go, I think, even over 32. This is good. What do they do, though? I don't know enough about them to take it. I'm working on a list right now of all the names. I know it's a space play, but I don't know anything about it. The chart looks amazing, though. I'd say over 32, I would definitely take this to 45 for sure. It's crisp. Good find, Tammy. Nailing it as always. This one is interesting, but a little dicey. I would say that it's continuing breakout trade. So, like, I would set my stop below the low, so $2.11. I would try to scoop up 220, 215. Then, if it drops below 211, it's done. If it goes back up and tests high, goes 271, I win. If it goes to the next high, it's 315, I win. It would crush. Yeah, see, there you go. With that Firefly, that would be like options for sure. I'll put together an options trade. So if you're on the Discord, get in there by Friday because I'm going to put together an options trade for that one. That is my specialty. That's one where we get to play $1,000, potentially make 10 by just sitting around. Let me just peruse the option chain quickly. Oh, they have 2028s. Don't mind if I do. The 27s are priced more. Ooh, implied volatility is crazy. That's the only hard part. These would be risky to take right now, the options. God, I need to find that water technology company. I can't remember what it is. Okay.
You look at HTO.
H2O, yes.
Someone in the chat was saying that might have been one.
I like that it's a utility too. I mean, I hate it as a concept, but oh, that looks like it's about to get washed out. I'm gonna wait for this. Yeah, this one's getting washed, ironically. So this one I would say is probably most watch list candidate because it's not set up yet, which means there'll be a little more time to settle around 47, 48. In the meantime, I mean, you also can just do general exposure. This will probably be 30% of the position is just American Waterworks because they're the biggest by like what, 20 over most.
Wait.
NWK.
Was it ADUR?
No.
Okay.
AWK. And the other one I'm interested in that will be a decent one is Xylem because it's all just the tech and configured technologies around it. Now we're talking. Finally. So they're newly public. This is where we start. I think this might be the one. So look, like the guys that did all the water for oil and gas, right? What are they going to need insane amounts of water for now? Which fuck us, I guess, right? But what do they need immense amounts of water for now to cool? What is that water doing? There you go. So if what we're talking about here is really the trade for data centers, but it's also the water trade. So this will be one of the bigger ones over the next, I think over the decade, this is like an asymmetrical opportunity, like bang, bang, boom, boom, done. Like talking about print $1 million and be done. And these have so much infrastructure. This is the top of the list. I got to understand more about this company. I guess that's the question: is like who's producing consumer water now that has the capability of scale? Like obviously, there's like Coke and Pepsi too. I'm interested to see what like happens with that, right? Like how did they? Because they have intense water supplies. All right, I got my GPT working on this now. So once it's done with this, this is my own model. It's not on my own server, but it's a fine-tuned model, so it's not bullshit. All right. This data center shit is disturbing. We're screwed. It's gonna be no good. Okay, come on. Okay. Here's one. Oh my god, yeah, they knew this shit was coming. Wow. Of course they did. All right. I'm gonna take max risk on this. I feel like you have to. This is glorious. He's done good. My baby done good. My GPT done just good. This is gonna be great, guys. This is good. I created an allocation. I wanted to max it at 30%. So now the largest weighting is 30%. So it's kind of like our own little. I'm basically your own little ETF situation here. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to crush like even all the Invesco products. Like I think in there, everybody knows I'm a big Invesco. I'm a fan of any of them. I do enjoy them, but I feel like this is genius because this positions both sides of the equation. So next step is I have it running 5 simulations of the best and the worst outcome based on a few little situations I gave it. And then it's going to map that against a similar ETF spread that we could also participate in but it doesn't have the asymmetric exposure. And then it's going to show me the risk between the two so I can have a clear understanding of where we would go. Mm-hmm. We're going to have to do options with this too. Oh, this is so genius. Oh my God, this is fantastic. Yeah, you're going to love this. I'm so satisfied with this. Thank God, finally, this thing's working. Insane, man. Okay. All right. So I would say I'm freeing up some money, getting locked and loaded and preparing to start building this water portfolio. I think this is going to be a flagship of the year. I'm very excited. And now we get something to do that we can focus on that's consistent. One portfolio that we focus on and crush. Charlie, I also love cooling and hydrogen production. I had a really interesting conversation with some big dogs in the energy space this last week, and we were talking about hydrogen. And I'm working on a company right now I really want to work with that does hydrogen. I think it's like I think it's a 10xer. It's just a matter of will they answer my call. I just want to bring the CEO on a live stream so you can talk energy because I'm not a big energy guy. So you bring on the experts. Waterbridge and Landbridge, same CEO. That makes sense for sure. All right. Well, I'm pumped. This is gonna be great. It's my little baby's birthday today, so I got to get home. She's turning 3, so I don't want to be late. But this was great. I think we got some great start. We got a great start in a few different directions. Went over a few charts that are good. Did a little smash or pass. Most importantly, click the link at the bottom. Get in the Discord. We're going to be breaking down the water/data center trade. It's going to be huge. Everybody's going to love it. Can't miss it. And I think it'll outperform general indices. So like this is where I'm parking money that I usually park in ETFs. I'm putting it in here, and I'm gonna put a little extra in for risk too. So I love y'all. Make sure you join the Discord. Get all of it. Stay blessed now. Ta-ta. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Oh, I love feedback. If you got it, give it. I always love it.